Mike, welcome to On the Couch. So excited to have you here.
Thank you, Sardan. I'm really excited to be here.
So if you're a sales agent in the marketplace in today's market, taking that next step to become a business owner is a scary process. You know, it's getting loans, talking to people, who do I become? What's your advice, someone who's done the whole gamut from start to running a large network now? Where would you start? What would you do?
The starting point for this is being clear on what you want, because I think a lot of people, in my experience, a lot of business owners are there because they felt they should be. There was sort of peer pressure. It was the next logical step, so they just took it. And I'm not sure that's why you get into business, or that you should. Running a business, any sort of business, but certainly a real estate business, is a very, very different thing from selling real estate. And we know, and we talk about it, that some of our best salespeople are our worst business owners, and they should never go into business ownership. And I watch people do that, and they go from having, they work hard, but they go into a situation where they're earning less, and they've got more issues, and they're dealing with people issues and lease issues and all sorts of issues. If they just stayed selling, they'd have been happier and earned more. So I think number one, you've got to be clear that it's what you want to do. And I think you've got to understand the skill set for being a business owner or a manager is so different from being a salesperson. You know, being a salesperson, it's all about me. It's very individualistic. It's ego-driven. And I'm not being unkind, because I love our industry and I love our top people. They're just wonderful. But when you become a manager, it's all about everyone else, and it's about the team's success, and it's a totally different mindset and skill set. So I think understanding that's the first point. And if I was thinking about going into it as a sales consultant, I'd go and talk to some business owners. And say, well, what's great? What do you love about it? What do you hate about it? Get real clear on what the role is. Once you've decided it is what you want to do, then I'll go and talk to more business owners. And I became a manager of a Harcourt's office when I was 23, I think, from memory, 23 and a half. So I was very young, and most of the people in the office were older than me. And the first thing I did is I went to the 3 top offices, and I said to the managers at the time, I said, would you spend half a day with me and just show me what you do and tell me what you think's important? And typical of top people, they said, sure, absolutely, I'll show you everything, give you everything. So I went in, and one in particular taught me all about one-on-ones and how to conduct them and how to deal with people and work out what motivates them and all that sort of stuff. Another one taught me around the environment and what you needed to do to actually grow the environment in an office. Another one taught me very strongly around leadership and what are the real key traits of leaders. And so I spent that time, and from those 3, I sort of took what I thought was the best bits or that suited my personality. And then I did other training and I learned as much as I could. So if I was in Harcourt's today and I was thinking about it, I'd get into the Future Leaders program in the area that I'm in. I'd go through all that management stuff. I'd talk to as many people as I could. And I'd find some mentors, some people that are doing what I want to do, and I'd just learn from them. And from there, it's just, if you're absolutely committed and you believe it's what you want to do and you know what you've got to do, then it's just a matter of getting someone to do a plan with you and being held accountable.
And the hardest transition to make from then is going from working in your business as a sales agent to actually becoming a manager. It's one of the things you've mentioned you did very well, and getting business owners to understand that they need to step away from the day-to-day real estate. And it's something we talk about a lot. For those people who are not part of the network, but sitting there thinking, how do I do that? What's some advice that you could give them?
Because I think number one is you've got to make the decision to do it. And that's where most guys struggle. When I say guys, most of our real estate business owners struggle because they love the game. They love the listing and selling. They love getting the deals done. And so to let that go is really hard. And then to actually commit to this full time is really hard too, because it's a different avenue, it's a different direction, and it's scary, if I'm not 100% sure. So to make that decision is the critical thing. And there's any number of examples, and you know them in Victoria, they're right around Australia, where business owners have done exactly that, and their businesses have tripled and quadrupled, and they're operating 3 or 4 offices now. They could never have done that without making that mental decision that they had to be leaders. So I think, firstly, it's a decision. I think, secondly, it doesn't always have to be the business owner. A lot of them sort of have this thing, oh, well, I'm the business owner, so I must be the leader. You don't have to be the leader, but someone's got to lead the business and devote 100% of their time to running it and growing it and managing it. And it may not be the business owner. It may well be a partner, or it may be someone that's just hired to do that job. But there's got to be one in the business. If it is the business owner and they are 30, 40, 50% of the revenues, which often they are,
Often they are. Yeah.
then it's just got to be a carefully thought out plan. You know, you can't just wake up one day and say, that's it, I'm not selling anymore, you know. And some do, and then they get into strife because the revenue slows. And so it's just got to be carefully planned and thought out. And I would encourage number one, that a business owner does that, but number two, that they use their business to grow their people, because that's the key. You go into business ownership for leverage.
Yeah.
You know, that's the reality. I'd go into an office because I can sell X amount of real estate, but if I have 10 people selling even half what I could, I'm still miles ahead of where I'd be just myself. So using the leverage is the key. So if I'm a very good salesperson and I've got lots of database and referrals, I should use that to grow people, grow new people, grow my existing people,
Yeah.
farm all those leads out, support them, but give them that business so they all lift, because then that allows me financially to focus on what I've got to do.
Yeah.
But you just got to be careful and structure it.
And transition it. That's what you're
And
saying is
transition.
transition it.
Yeah.
Mike, thank you for your time. Very exciting to talk to you as always. What you share is so valuable. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. That's